Okay, so sorry about the construction going on upstairs. Um, I think security wise, Harry needs to be very, very careful when he goes to the coronation. And and I do mean that in a very, very serious way. Apparently he's going to be according to Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, so take that with a grain of salt. Harry will be sitting 10 rows back from the royals at his dad's coronation. And with the recent reveal in his lawsuit about William, the heir apparent to the throne, coupled with everything else that has been going on for the past 5 years, I would say that he can expect a pretty frosty welcome from the family. I mean, not excluding the recent sighting of his beloved cousins Beatrice and Eugenie with his arch enemy Piers Morgan hugging, for God's sake. I mean, at best, he can expect a frosty welcome at the coronation, and at worst, I think at worst. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, at worst, I think that he has to really watch his back because he thinks he's going to fly in for one day and fly right back out. I mean, he's told everybody that that's what he plans to do. And I'm concerned about that. I'm very concerned. I'm not even going to kid you. And I have said to you, Harry, on our SVP, that came out of my heart, it came out of my gut. But again, my head says, I understand the optics. But at this point, with the lawsuit and the things that are revealed in the lawsuit, I don't really see what optics could really matter to you that much that you would risk this for 24 hours. There's a lot at risk in this climate that you happen to be in. And, at this particular moment in the family, I think that I think that it is a very, very serious security risk, not just from the royal family, but from others in the British society who, might say you're a traitor, like on Twitter, Harry's a traitor is a hashtag or whatever, something traitor with your name. They're very sick and very crazy people in society, and the threat is not all from within your family, although I don't think anybody in your family would harm you. I mean, I don't really know for 100% certainty. I think there's a lot of anger in the family, a lot of problems right now. Harry, Harry, I don't think you should go to this coronation. I still don't think you should go to this coronation. I think the recent revelations about William and Rupert Murdoch in your court filing adds another level, a whole other dimension to my concerns about you going. Before, it wasn't a question of your physical safety and your security, but from a security perspective, I'm now very, very concerned, right? I mean, before it was just, okay, don't leave Megan, stand by Megan, be a unit, don't go and leave her by herself. And you go, it's just like a break in rank, a split in the family, and that's what they want, etc. Now I'm concerned about your safety. And I'm not going to kid you. And you're going to sit 10 seats behind the family, which, I think I have said in one of my posts. I mean, it's better not to sit up with the family because your wife is not there. You're not there with your family. So it's kind of weird. It's sort of recognizing Megan's absence, really. But at the same time, you're not even with the family. Nobody's going to be talking to you. Not one of them will say hello to you, I'm sure, based on just based on yesterday's revelations about William and Murdoch's and the secret agreement and so on and so forth. They're not going to talk to you, Harry. Your father is not going to talk to you. Your father is angry with you. very, very angry with you. And I don't think he cares one way or another at this point if you come to the coronation, because I don't think he's going to talk to you at the coronation. He's going to be conveniently too busy, right? But what you're going to do is leave your wife and children and your mother, whose spirit is still there. Just because you can't see her doesn't mean she's not there, okay? I figured this out. I figured this out in my mind about what death is, you see, and life. Life is just about having a physical form that you can be seen with the human eye, right? That you can be seen with the human eye. Who are you? You are within that human body that can be seen. You're not your body. The body is just the mechanism by which you can be seen, right? But you're still there with or without a body. With or without a body. You're right there. And so your mother is right there. And she can see everything, right? And she doesn't want you to go. And how do I know that? I can feel it. I can feel it. Because I'm sensitive, you see. I don't know what Megan is saying. Megan is letting you make your own decision. It's your dad. It's your father. I understand that, and my head understands that. Even a little bit my heart. I don't have anything against your father. But the situation right now, Harry, is worrisome from a security perspective. I don't care how many cops they put on you for this event. How do you know that all of those cops like you? You know what I mean? I don't know who they are. I'm asking questions. I want you to ask these very tough questions because you have young children, right? Something happens to you, Megan somehow, she probably can go on. She probably will have to, right? Don't we all? But what about your kids? They need their dad. No, nobody else is going to be their father. You are their father, you see? And they need their father. They need both parents if it's possible, right? And you know that even better than Megan, how important it is to have, a nuclear family unit where the mom and dad and the children growing together till they get old, okay? Now, that said, I'm not pressuring you. I know you've made your decision. You have your reasons. You and Megan know exactly what you're doing. I trust you both now. I know you're adults and you're intelligent adults. You know what you're doing. I just want you to think about things from that other angle, the security angle. Is it worth it? Whatever you gain from going to show solidarity to your father, who won't have time for you. He won't have time for you, right? And it's not like he really, like I said, I have nothing against King Charles. My heart wants to see him in a certain kind of way, and I still do, but it's not like a la la land kind of way. I know that he has not been a perfect man or perfect father here. He took away Frogmore and gave it to Eugenie or Beatrice or one of those, right? And you paid 2 point something million. This was your home. And now Beatrice or whoever, Eugenie, whichever one it was with your arch enemy, Piers Morgan, right? Your dad did that. Even if it wasn't him and somebody advised him to do that, the buck stops with him. He could have said, no, this is my son, right? Among other things, how long did it take him to acknowledge your children as prince and princess? You had to take offensive action to do that. It wasn't his generosity and love that did that. It was your offensive act. They're prince and princess unless you can disprove it, Dad. Voila, right? You did that. Furthermore, there were serious talks from the very top, according to press reports, that they want to take away your Duke and Duchess title, which was given to you by Queen Elizabeth. Among other things, the total silence when you were completely mauled for 5 years by the press. All of these are facts that you cannot ignore. Yes, you want to support your father, but at what price? Especially now with this new thing with the money that, right now there's hatred. I mean, you have this woman in New Zealand, they're threatening to open up all your correspondences with her. And she's on the board of Williams environmental whatever it is. Right? The total silence, the total silence, the total silence, the total silence, the total silence. The total silence from the family is highly problematic, Harry. But okay, everything fine. Go, go, go. But your security now with this new revelation about William and Murdoch, it's many different people are not going to be too happy with you, right? Many different people. Horrible things are possible, Harry. Think JFK, right? Martin Luther King, right? All kinds of things happen. And it's often it's total strangers, right? Lone actors. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't, Harry. You have 2 young children. I would un-RSVP. I would un-RSVP in this current climate. It's too complicated. And the payoff for going is not worth it. If you had this huge payoff for going, it would be worth the risk. But when you do a risk analysis, Harry, I'm not persuaded that this is smart, even for 24 hours. You may not get back home to your children and your wife. This is my position, and I'm sticking to it.